will say for you is one that was taught to me when I was a child. When learning the prayer, I had no idea of the significance that it would one day have for me. At 10 years old, it was just another part of our language class on the reservation by the only Passamaquoddy teachers employed by the school. At 10 years old, I had no idea how much I would one day thank those teachers for gifting me this piece of wisdom. Many believe that the Idle No More movement is a fight over land and water. Many believe that it is a fight for what many call special rights. Neither of these assumptions are true. This fight is a fight for sovereignty. It is a fight of cultural preservation. It is a fight for our brothers and sisters that live on the other side of an imaginary line you call a border. It is a fight for the right to be who we are as a people. It is a fight to be who we define ourselves to be. And it is a fight to resist who we are being told to be. You may not understand why we are fighting for Indigenous rights in another country. What you need to understand is that we, as Native people, do not have countries. We are all and what happens to some of us happens to all of us.
Hey.
Yes. Time is not linear for us, though you tell us that it is. We are all related, though you tell us we are not. We are all Skidjinuwug, and we will stand up for what is right. When you take away our sovereignty, you take away our right to decide our own futures. You take away our right to decide what happens to our children. Why is it that we cannot decide what happens to our people, but the government can? Your government has never been and never will be our government, for we govern ourselves. You do not want our land, and you do not want our water. What you want is for us to disappear. You want us to be invisible. You feel guilty for the crimes that you have committed, and we are a constant reminder of that. I am here today to tell you that we will never disappear. We will never be invisible, and you will never forget. The prayer I will say for you represents much more than just a prayer. It represents more than just a saying of thanks to our ancestors. My people did not have a written language until recent history. Before someone decided to take a pen to paper and develop the writing system we now use, the oral tradition was how all of our customs, all of our traditions, and all of our stories were passed down to the next generation. Our language represents thousands of years of prosperity, wealth, strength, and courage that we have always had to fight for. That is why we are gathered here today. Before today, we have never stopped fighting to preserve our way of life, and we certainly will not stop fighting now. By taking away our sovereignty, you are taking away our ability to preserve our way of life. You are taking away our very identity. You are taking away our culture, our language, our traditions, and you are forcing us to assimilate to a way of life that you believe is right. Every man for himself is not and has been the Indian way. We must believe in our survival as a people and not just as individuals. We will not watch as you continue to strip us of our way of life. We are not asking you to understand. We are not asking for your acceptance, nor do we need your tolerance. We will not ask you for our rights to sovereignty, and we will not demand them. But we will stand together as Native people for our right to decide. When injustice becomes the law, resistance becomes an obligation.
Yes.
We will be idle no more.
Yes.
Nuk musuk, naga musum suk. Willie want you letterway wagon, because he been wacky up to Neelan. Neelan uch to get no later minen, to which babazited, midlayage. Grandmothers and grandfathers, we thank you for this language that you have saved for us. It is now our turn to save it for those who have not been born yet. May that be the truth. Ndaliwich Judgelin Neptune, Eji Balita Hazi Ali Beskadumukat Nil, Chiwuli. My name is George Neptune, and I am proud to be Passamaquoddy. Thank you. Our next speaker is the first member of the Maliseet tribe to be elected into the Maine State Senate. It is my pleasure to introduce Senator David Slager.